Jack Hughes, the game winner. Here's what he said after the game.
I love the USA. I love my teammates. It's unbelievable. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong. And we have so much support from ex-players. I'm so proud to be American today.
Just like Jeremy Roenick, proud to be a two-time USA Olympian, a Hall of Famer, tremendous commentator throughout his career in sports, from podcasting to his network. And I've known him a long time. We have great mutual friends. JR, good to talk to you. I hope you're doing well. Great time to have you on after USA Hockey wins the gold. How are you?
Strong with you, buddy. And yes, we go back a long ways, and the friendship is deep, and we share a lot of things, but we know what we share the best right now. We share a gold medal. We share a gold medal. We share a gold medal with our country, with our players, and USA Hockey, both in women's and men. What an amazing day to be American today, buddy.
Yeah, JR, and I got to ask you, when you were in those locker rooms with the jersey on, I want to dive into it deep on the adjustments that are made in a 1-1 game. I mean, what the hell is going on? What can you say to a team, a Herb Brooks moment or a current coach, when you're 1-1 and McJesus is on the other team and they got snipers and you got a goalie playing the way he is? What inspiration do you get in between the second and third period or going into overtime?
Well, listen, if I was in that room with those guys and knowing and seeing how that game was being played, I mean, let's not. We all have eyes. Mm-hmm. There's no question who the better hockey team was in terms of the play. I mean, they had 42, 43 shots to Americans' 27. They had breakaways. They had empty nets. They had all sorts of opportunities, and they were their pressure that they were on, and the Americans were holding on and holding on and holding on. But what they didn't have is they didn't have the best goalie. U.S. had the best goalie in Hellebuck. He was the better player of anybody on the ice yesterday. And in a one-game series, what you get in the Olympic gold medal game, anything can happen. And a goaltender won the gold medal. I mean, obviously it's a big team event. But wasn't Hellebuck yesterday, we'd be a silver medal. Yeah, that's just basic truth. So what we're going into overtime, and we're fortunate to be here. They've missed empty nets. They've missed breakaways. Our goaltender's on fire. There's something happening here. There's a little fate that's happening here. Somebody is telling us it's our time, and let's go out and do it. And I'm sure all of them are like, they were surrounding their goaltender. I think they were playing for their goaltender at the end of that game. And, it's fitting. It was a fitting ending to an amazing Olympic year.
Absolutely. Jeremy Roenick is our guest, legendary hockey player, legendary broadcaster. So what's it like with the 3-on-3 and the evolution of that? Because it seemed like Canada was kind of bitter about it. And I was growing up, I was there for the Islanders when they won 4 cups in a row. And I've always remembered overtime hockey in the Stanley Cup Finals, a big part of the history of the sport. Have you evolved on that topic at all, or you just play by the rules that they give you and put in front of you?
Listen, the great thing about rules is they apply to both teams.
Yeah.
There was not one team. In actuality, you have 3-on-3 benefit Canada more than Americans. Looking at McDavid, McKinnon, Celebrini, Makar, the guys that they had on their roster. I'm not saying that U.S. didn't have powerful players up the same, but I mean, if you had to go down the best players in the tournament, 5 of the first of the top 6 will be on Canada. It's 3-on-3 for each. And Canada actually won the quarterfinals on a 3-on-3 overtime when Marner scored, but they didn't complain about the 3-on-3 there, right? They kept moving on. Listen, you got to win the game the way that the rules play out. It was 3-on-3. If it was 5-on-5, who knows what would have happened? I think it's a cop out to blame the rules. Rules are forever changing in the game. They're changing in the dynamics of the game. Different rules, when you start blaming the rules, that's just being a sore loser.
They are our guests. So being a part of this and a big part of your legacy and career playing for your country, the way they put this team together with the Hugheses and the Kachucks and the politics. Take me back behind the scenes, because you're considered one of the greatest American-born hockey players of your era. Was it politics? Are there guys that are left out that you're like, no way, he needs to be there? Or what's the final cut like as you're coming together as a team?
Well, the great thing about hockey is there's so many players that could be on these teams.
Yes.
In Canada, both in America, and in every country, right? You're going to get some surprises of people that aren't on that team. And in building that team, I think Billy Guerin did, and Canada did the same thing, by the way. They built that team to withstand a lot of different situations that can arise in a national. They needed grit. They needed toughness. They had J.T. Miller on. They had certain players from the U.S. that were on there that had a certain in the locker room presence. J.T. Miller is a very big in the locker room presence. They had Trocheck on there, who's a very good defensive player, good face-off guy. Different aspects of the game you have to build into a team. You don't just take the best goal scorers. There's not having just the best goal scorers is not going to get it done all the time. You need to have a lot of diversity, and I think the U.S. team did a good job with that. I mean, look who was on Canada. They had Tom Wilson on Canada, who's more known for his toughness and his physical play than anything else. So you could have said Robertson should have been there. You could have said Popfield should have been there. There's no question about it. But a team is built for a lot of different reasons, and you're gonna take seat no matter who you pick.
Jeremy Roenick, as we wrap it up, what's the difference between Stanley Cup playoff pressure and Olympic hockey pressure?
Number one, you're playing for millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people if you're playing for your country, and you're wearing the red, white, and blue, which brings a whole different dynamic of pride and responsibility. And number two, it's a one game. You don't get 7 games to come back, and you lose one, you're done. So that pressure to get it done in the moment becomes extremely, extremely difficult and high pressurized.
What's it like when you're Jack Eichel and you have Mark Stone playing in Canada? I'm in Vegas, as you know. You got Hannafin and players on the same team. A couple come home with the gold, a couple get the silver, and then they're back on the ice to try to win a cup, man. That's unique.
It is unique. Question when they get back in their original team, there's going to be nothing but gratitude, respect, and excitement to get back to their regular season and go for that next big thing, which is the Stanley Cup. So, and they're so respectful. That's why hockey is the best, because they represent the game the best, they represent their teams the best, and they represent themselves the best.
What's going on with you? I've met your wife. You've got a great family, your real estate, your jobs, everything you've done as a broadcaster, podcasting, now as an author. And what have you learned over the last 5 or 10 years? Because I still believe you're one of the best and most important voices that we have on any platform, because you're courageous with your opinions and you have strong opinions. And sometimes we see that in sports, other times we don't. What's coming up and what's next for you?
I appreciate that, JT. It means a lot to me. Obviously, I am not afraid to speak my mind, and my mind has changed a lot over the last, especially the last 2.5 years. I have really taken a real hard look at my life and what's important, and the way I want to be remembered, and for the things that I do, and for the father that I am, and for the husband that I want to be. And I'm living in a huge world of peace right now. I brought Jesus into my life and have really tried to become a better person. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still tell the truth and see what I see, because sometimes I see different than other people. And not that I'm wrong, I just have a different opinion. And I think that's one thing that our country needs to really take a hard look at, is that the great thing about our life is we can have different opinions and different outlooks, and it doesn't mean we have to hate people or be mad. I'm going to do whatever I can do to bring happiness, to bring smiles, and to bring unity. And if that means, whether it's a podcast or coming on your great show, or doing whatever, I have the ability to go on Jesse Waters Tonight on Fox and talk about this great this green country, and my businesses are going. I'm helping people in my businesses and businesses Blackhawks, and I couldn't be more proud and happy of where I am in my life.
Yeah.
Now I get to talk to you and expose that. So thank you for that question.
It's interesting. My follow-up is, at times, I've always said this and wrote a book about it. When a door closes, another one opens, and you don't see it at that time. You're focused on maybe a door closing or there's something happening in your life. And part of having the gratitude that you have now in your life is what you were able to handle and how you're able to handle it as a husband and a dad and all that. It really is great to hear that you're in such a good place in your life, because there's a lot of people listening that can't get there, JR. They want to hear this because they're going through something and they're saying, I want to come out on the other side. And you feel like you are and got a big, full life and a long life in front of you.
Everybody has a chance. Everybody has a chance to make a decision, and decisions in our world are very, very important. And we make hundreds, not thousands, of decisions a day, and it's making those right decisions. And I will say, one of my biggest problems that I had growing up is I wasn't present. I wasn't present and really took in what I was doing and who I was with and what it meant, what I was going to say, how I was treating somebody, the decisions that I was going to make. That decision was going to take my life on a different path. Every decision I made was going to alter the path. It was going to take me either to success, was going to take me to failure, was going to take me to happiness, or was going to take me to sorrow. And I found that if I just stay present and live in present, that if I just make better decisions and be honest with myself, be honest with my kids, my family, my friends, my wife, I can just do that. That I'm going to put the great energy into the universe, and the universe is going to give it up and have a positive attitude. That's where I changed.
Well, if it's not going to be in Vegas or Scottsdale or Chicago, let's sit on a beach with Steve on, have a beverage, have a great dinner on some balcony and look out at the waves in Del Mar or La Jolla Shores and connect again, man. It's been great to talk to you, because knowing coming off the gold medal and what it means for this country, you're the perfect guy I wanted to talk to. Continued success, my friend.
Thank you, JT. I'll be in Vegas on the 13th and 14th of March. Call me. We'll get together.
Book it 100%. Guaranteed. I'll see you then, JR.
Okay, JT. Be good, buddy. Love you.
Love you too, man. Jeremy Roenick. Wow. That was really deep. I hope you enjoyed that.